This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Thursday, May 1st. Dealing with some fog in the area this morning, the fog will lift as the morning progresses, yielding to some sun and warm temps. Today's high will be 86, humid with a chance of a late thunderstorm this evening with a low of 68. Here are today's headlines. The Texas Senate approved a bill Wednesday that takes aim at the State Fair of Texas's gun ban. The policy was put in place last year after a gunman shot 3 fairgoers in 2023. Only elected, appointed, or employed peace officers are allowed to bring firearms. But the bill's author, State Senator Bob Hall, a Republican from R-Rockwall, said the move denied citizens their right to self-defense. The legislation headed to the Texas House of Representatives would prevent contractors from banning guns in government-owned public spaces unless state law says otherwise. The state fair contracts with Dallas annually to use Fair Park. There's also language in the bill that allows residents or licensed gun holders to file complaints with the Attorney General if they suspect a contractor is violating the law. The bill's advancement to the House comes on the heels of lawsuits filed by Attorney General Ken Paxton, who sued the city of Dallas and City Manager Kimberly Beiser-Tolbert last year to prevent the policy from going into effect. Paxton, like Hall, argued the fair's policies infringed on residents' gun rights, but he did not prevail. Despite multiple attempts, the Texas Supreme Court sided with the fair. In other news, detainees at the Bluebonnet Immigrant Detention Center in the small city of Anson, about 200 miles west of Dallas, sent the outside world a message this week, SOS. With a Reuters drone flying nearby, 31 men formed the letters in the dirt yard of the facility on Monday. 10 days earlier, dozens of Venezuelan detainees at the center were given notices by immigration officials that alleged they were members of the Venezuelan gang Tthe and subject to deportation under a wartime law. That's according to documents shown to Reuters, recorded video calls, and court proceedings. The families of 7 detainees interviewed by Reuters said they were not gang members and that they refused to sign the document. Nevertheless, hours later, on Friday the 18th, they were loaded onto a bus bound for nearby Abilene Regional Airport before the bus was turned around and sent back to the detention center. That night, the Supreme Court temporarily blocked their deportations. It was a reprieve for the group of Venezuelans detained at Bluebonnet, who still face being potentially sent to Tthe, the notorious maximum security prison in El Salvador, where the Trump administration has sent at least 137 Venezuelans under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. Next up, in a surprising alliance, the Texas oil and gas lobby has joined forces with renewable energy developers to sink a proposal that would require all existing solar and wind generators to guarantee they can provide power when needed. Those groups have aligned against State Representative Jared Patterson, a Republican from Frisco, who introduced the legislation. Renewable energy developers believe the proposal, House Bill 3356, would be an industry killer and lead to the shutdown of thousands of megawatts of wind farms and solar arrays across Texas. Texas's largest manufacturers oppose the bill for fear that renewable electricity generators that provide power directly to their operations via purchase agreements would shut down. Other large-scale power consumers believe the bill would increase their cost to produce goods and pump oil and gas. A Texas Oil and Gas Association spokesman confirmed their opposition to the bill but did not comment further. Facing a full court press from some of the state's most powerful lobby groups, Patterson said on Monday that the power blackouts in Spain and Portugal highlight the dangers of renewables. And the Dallas Stars are one win away from advancing out of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs and ending the Colorado Avalanche's season. The Stars won Game 5 in a convincing fashion to take a 3-2 lead in the series that returns to Denver for Game 6 tonight. NHL teams that hold a 3-2 series lead win the series 79% of the time, but in the last 30 years in Dallas, they've had an even better result, winning 94% of the time with a 16-1 series record after holding a 3-2 advantage. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.